So now you see how to perform analyzer variance in Minitab. So analyzer variance, you know the basic concept. Assumptions. What are the assumptions? What are the assumptions to construct analyzer variance? All observations are independent, normally distributed on the pattern normals. Okay. Similarly, in analyzer variance also based on only one characteristics, one attribute, two attribute, three attribute, like that. So one-way classification, two-way classification. So generally, if it is one-way classification, you consider only the treatment, the design, based on the design, treatment only. Two-way classification, treatment, source, blocks. Now you see the first two columns, C1 and C2. Treatment. So how many treatments? There are three treatments, I think so. The total number of observations, 30 observations, three treatments. This is the corresponding value, observations. It may be some volume. That means you consider any petrol bulk. So first petrol bulk, the corresponding sales in volume, 15 cubic, like that. Or something. So volume, this is your treatment. So it is nothing but one-way classification. Similarly, you see this is also one-way classification data. You see the rural. Suppose consider some students scores. Students belongs to rural, their scores. Students belongs to town, their scores. Students belongs to city, their scores. Is there any significant difference among these three regions? Your question is there any significant difference among these three regions? Similarly, is there any significant difference among these three outlets? 1, 2, 3. Okay. So how to perform this analyzer variance in Minitab? So just you click statistics, then ANOVA, one way. You see this response. I have considered volume. Factor is nothing but here the name is treatment. So just you click this treatment to select. So you simply delete this. Then you click this treatment, select. Simply press OK. It will display some normal formula. Just you see the ANOVA. What is this? Result. Analyzer, one-way ANOVA. Volume versus treatment. This is the observation. Volume. This is your treatment. So how many treatments? 3 treatments. So the number of degrees of freedom 2. Error. Total number of observations 30 observations. N minus the treatments. This total number of observations minus 1. N minus 1. Sum of squares. Mean sum of square. F. The p value. You see the p value is 0.0000. So from this, what is your conclusion? What about your interpretation regarding this? You see the p value. This is your f value. Then you refer the table value. If you consider the statistical table f table, then you can give the inference based on this f value and the statistical table value. This is your calculated value. But when you are using the software, no need to refer the statistical table. Just you refer the p value. So here the p value is 0.000. So what about your inference? The hypothesis? That is wrong. P value is less than 0.05. P value is less than 0.05, then the hypothesis rejected. P value less than 0.05, the hypothesis rejected. What's your hypothesis here? All the treatment effects are homogeneous. Otherwise, mu1 equal to mu2 equal to mu3. If there are 3 treatments, all the treatments are homogeneous. Or mu1 equal to mu2 equal to mu. The volume, the sales volume of these 3 outlets are not equal. The sales volume of these 3 outlets are not equal. Since your hypothesis is equal to mu1 equal to mu2 equal to mu3, here the hypothesis rejected. It's clear. So the sales volumes are not equal, unequal. Suppose if you want, you can further you see. First outlet 10 observations. Treatment 1 10 observations. You see the mean 13 point. Second you see the mean 7 point. Third you see the mean 15 point. So the first and the third more or less equal. The second one is the before based on their mean. That's why the hypothesis rejected. It's clear. And also if you want to plot the residual parts, everything, you just see here graph. Whatever you want. Histogram, residual. All the 4 plots, if you want in one way, then you click this 4 in 1. Okay. Now you see, this is the normal probability. So all the observations are normally distributed. You see, all the observations in this line lies on this line. It's clear. So it's very near to this line. That's why it's normally distributed. All observations are normally distributed. So similarly, you see the histogram. All observations are except only one observation. So this is referred as outlier, extreme observation. So this point is referred as outlier. You see this one, this one. So from this figure, we can give some inference. All observations are independent. Then also you see the normal. It is like a bell-shaped curve. So the observations satisfies the assumption. Before constructing the ANOVA, you should satisfy whether the observations are satisfied the assumptions. All observations are independent, all are distributed normally. These two are the basic assumptions. Now you see these two assumptions are satisfied. Then you go ahead to do your ANOVA. It's clear. So this is nothing but the residual versus fitted value. Residual values. Normal value, predicted value, actual value, predicted value. Based on the difference, that is called residual value. So the residual value, fitted value, draw diagram. So for constructing ANOVA, it will also display the normal probability plot, histogram of the residuals. These two are very important. Normal probability plot and the histogram of the residual. Based on these two figures, we can give the inference that is all the observations are independent and also normally distributed. If you want, you can save this. Okay, that's all. The ANOVA one-way question.